Wizards of the Coast has been one of the worst companies for social justice crap over the last decade. I mean, they've really torched Magic the Gathering. They've banned people like the Quartering for life from playing because they don't like his opinions on the internet. That's one of the things that really kicked off the culture war, like to a degree that I've never seen before. Dungeons and Dragons has been on this slow descent towards craziness. You've seen their modules where they're making like ableist dungeons or whatever, where they've got these like, I guess, wheelchair ramps and things like that, because the evil dark lords of these dungeons want to make sure it's accessible for handy-capable adventurers. It's just like all this stuff's so idiotic. Orcs we can't talk about anymore because that'd be racist. And it's going there again with Dungeons and Dragons. This is a new statement from Wizards of the Coast, which we're going to get into in just a second if we can get through this. Oh my God. It's so stupid for a Saturday, but here's where we are, my friends. All right, my name is John Delarose. I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I have Overmind right here. So if you like, action, adventure, science fiction, that's good stuff. This is a 66-page graphic novel, a lot of fun. We are doing things without social justice, without caring about representation or any of that stuff. We're just making good stories. I've got books, I've got novels, I've got comics, I've got all the things on this campaign page. So if you don't like comics, I've got a novel with this very same character. It's a separate story. It's called The Immortal Edge. I'm actually wrapping up the writing of the first draft of this right now for the pre-order campaign. We're going to try to get all these out around the end of September. So thank you very much, everybody who's supported so far. That link's in the description below. We're the difference in culture. We're not just complaining. We're doing something about it. So here's the complaining. Here's Wizards of the Coast complaining about their own property. This is on D&D's website. Yes, it's real. It's the statement on the Hazodi. That's right. Oh my gosh, September 2nd. We wanted to acknowledge and own the inclusion of of offensive material with our recent Spelljammer Adventures in Space content. We failed you, or our players and our fans, and we are truly sorry. My gosh. You can't just write a stupid fantasy race anymore without them, going crazy on Twitter, and then the companies respond to it. It's like this big performative garbage. They don't care. It's nonsense. But here we go. The campaign includes a people called the Hazodi, which first appeared in 1982. We're going to get to what those are in a second for those that don't know. It's very stupid. Regrettably, not all portions of the content relating to the Hazodi were properly vetted before appearing in our most recent release. All right, so, this is so stupid. You've got writers, you've got editors, they look at it, they go, okay, this is good. By the way, it's a fantasy race. It's not real. It doesn't effing matter. And so why would you care? You're making up these strange creatures that are creepy, and I guess they're too... Well, we'll find out. As we continue to learn and grow through every situation, we recognize that to live our values, we have to do better. Oh, be better, corporation. Throughout the 50-year history of Dungeons & Dragons, some of the characters in the game have been monstrous and evil, using descriptions that are painfully reminiscent of how real-world groups have been and continue to be denigrated. They're talking about black people, viewers. We understand the urgency of changing how we work to ensure better, more inclusive game. Effective immediately, we will remove the offensive content from our Hazodi from our digital versions. These will no longer be included in reprint books of the book. Our priority is to make things right when we make mistakes. And in addition, we've initialed through an internal review of the situation and will take necessary actions to review as a result of that review. That means somebody's going to get canceled over this. Some writer was just like, of course, just making his fantasy race, doesn't think about things, doesn't care, doesn't actually have any real-world representation. Nothing of this has to do with anything in the real world because it's a effing fantasy game. It's so stupid. But you know what? I'm going to get to why these people are so racist. The people making this statement, the editors who are flipping out about this, the people on Twitter are actually extremely racist. And you'll see why when you get to the Hazodi if you've not seen them before. We've got some pictures for you. We are eternally grateful for the ongoing dialogue with the D&D community, and we look forward to introducing new, engaging, inclusive content for D&D to generations to come. I can't wait for the LGBT orgy adventure in front of children because that's inclusive of the maps, which is coming up next. With their we got to have some halfling halfling drag shows, right? I'm so excited. That's going to be fun. God. In that spirit, we are continuing to making D&D as welcome and inclusive as possible. This is part of our work that will never end. Oh my gosh. This is supposed to be a game about just like, you're rolling dice, pretending to be a freaking barbarian with a giant sword slashing a freaking goblin or something. It's so idiotic that these people like make this into some sort of political statement. But here we are. Here's what the Hazodi are. If you haven't seen, they're also known as deck apes or winged deck apes. They are literally apes with wings, and they are like a pirate sort of group. They hang out on decks, do a lot of labor like that. And this is what they mean when they talk about this stuff. They're saying that this is too reminiscent of black people because in SJWs' minds, black people are like apes. And that is their correlation. They came up with this themselves. Nobody came up with this for them. Nobody said that this is black people on the right wing, on the center, the people who created the original content. This is all in their heads, that black people look like apes. Therefore, this is close to black people. That is what SJWs are thinking all the time. This is how nuts they are, and this is how racist they are. Because, look, I mean, if somebody is black and they think that, like, this is some representation of them, and they flip out about that, well, they've got problems, is what I'd say. Because nobody, again, is making that correlation. This is a fantasy species. It doesn't make any sense that it would have any sort of connection to the real world. But that's what they're thinking full time. More than that, the SJWs are thinking that black people are so fragile that when they see this, they're going to think that they are this, and that they're going to get upset and have to break down in tears and cry. And that is exactly the state of SJWs in the world. It's really sad to watch, but hey, that's why we like to laugh and mock at them here on the channel. We have fun with it. What do you think? Are you literally triggered by this? Can you literally not even? Do you need a new rules errata and a statement about how sorry they are? Leave a comment down below, hit the like and subscribe button, and make sure to support the change in culture, my friends. Starting here. See you soon.